I would like to congratulate all the Power Voice Summit speakers, and I would like to congratulate Mr. Les Brown for doing such a wonderful training to these speakers and the kind of passion and the energy that they displayed and wonderful idea people came up with. They came up with their, dreams and their personal life stories and all that good stuff. And I would like to congratulate Mr. John Talarico for putting up this whole show together. And the team of the Power Voice, they have done a tremendous job. And if I don't mention Devon Brown, who has done a great job in managing and hosting the event, it's all wonderful. I wish I was a part of this Power Voice summit, but because of my personal commitments, I just kind of put it off for a while. But, ladies and gentlemen, when I see these people talking about their dreams and talking about their goals and all that, that reminds me of a translation of a book of a mystic and a spiritual person called Rumi. And this, he talks in this story, he talks about, how a certain person changed his life and what it takes to become a dreamer and what it takes to become an achiever. But before sharing the story, I would like to tell you that my personal life journey was not an easy one. I had a lot of suffering that as a child I had to go through, and when I grew up, I had a number of death threats and personal life experiences that near death experiences I had to face. And then my arduous journey as an immigrant and living and sharing a small apartment with 8 people and meeting Mama. This is like a part of my life that is wonderful that I like to share someday with you. But since all these dreamers they talk about, their dreams and their goals, I would like to share a story from this special person, Miss Rumi, and in which he talks about that uh, if you are willing to achieve your goal, what is that you need to do, and what kind of commitment you require to achieve that goal. So the story begins about a certain person who is living in Baghdad, which is city of Iraq, and he is dreaming about a place in Cairo, which is another city, some few hundred miles away, and we're talking about like 800 years back. So this person, the guy who is willing to take this journey, is the one who inherited a lot of wealth and land from his father. But soon he squandered all the money and he was left with nothing, just like an owl in a desert. So the guy did not have the provisions and he started praying and saying to God that, God, if you give me an opportunity once, then I will not do what I did in the past. And he became empty. So his usual stubbornness dissolved, and one night he dreamt that his uh, treasure is buried in Cairo in such and such place. He didn't have the money, but he decided that he should go ahead and work on his dream and find the treasure so that he can become the kind of person he would like to. So he reached Cairo and he didn't have the money, so he started begging amongst the town people. The shame and the dignity, and he was moving him forward, backwards, and sideways. And so he couldn't take it any longer. He thought it's not probably a good idea that he should wander around in the city in the broad daylight. So he waited for the night. So at night, while he was moving around, he was stopped by the night patrol guy, and they said, it happens recently that there are lots of thieves in the city and disturbing the lives of the people. So the king said, anyone who is roaming after dark should be considered as thief and should be punished. They should be their fingers or their hands should be chopped off. So the guy said to the night patrol man that, please wait, let me tell you my story. I am new to Cairo. I actually am coming from Baghdad. And he talked about his whole story, and it was so honest that the night patrolman started crying. And that is the fragrance of the truth. When anyone speaks the truth, the people cry because of that truth. So the night patrolman told him that he also had a dream once in which uh, he heard a voice saying that your treasure is in Baghdad. But I did not take that arduous journey. I did not go through this kind of uh, situation that you have to go through. So he told him that the voice told me the name of the person and the street and the place, and this name and street was the name of that person who was seeking the treasure. So he just got the idea and he listened to him and came back and found his treasure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it takes heart for you to go after your dreams. When you, if you are brave and you're willing to take stand for your life, when you are brave, you are, like Mr. Les Brown says, not a warrior, but a warrior. You will fight tooth and nail for creating a new life. So the most important thing is when you're brave, that is when things starts happening in your life. So you got to be committed. The second thing is that you got to be committed to achieve your goals. And I have seen in this Power Summit that most of these speakers, they have done a tremendous job. They talked about their lives, they talk about their dreams, they talk about what they had to go through and all those difficulties and turmoils. And now they are just becoming ready to set their journey. And this is a great idea for the people who are coming and joining the Power Voice, that they can learn from the stories and they can learn how they can put up their story as Mr. Les Brown talks about, that lots of jobs have been taken by the artificial intelligence, and approximately like 50 million jobs have been taken by the artificial intelligence. And then there are a number of other jobs that will be taken by the coronavirus. So under these kind of circumstances, it's not easy to have a job. So one has to be brave enough, one has to be strong enough, one has to be ready to work on this self. And instead of working for someone else, we should start looking and thinking how we can achieve our dreams by developing our own personal stories and looking into our own self, because like Rumi, uh, Les Brown is saying that the treasure is within, it is not outside of ourselves. So, when you set up your goals and dreams you want to achieve, and you have a family, and you have commitment, and you have all those things that are very important to you, it takes courage. It takes heart to achieve those goals. And I think that I've learned a lot of great lessons from these 20 wonderful speakers, and I am ready to come to the next summit and talk about my life and my stories. And I just wanted to share with you some of my ideas. And thank you so much.